Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a winter essentials video to talk about the things that I've been using this winter, things that I really love, and I think they're good for the colder months when your skin gets really dry, your hair can get really dry, and it's time to really moisturize everything. And also I'm going to talk about a couple of my food favorites as well. So yeah, here we go. The first item I'm going to be talking about is this Hyaluronic Moisture Boost Serum. It's from Trader Joe's, my favorite place in the whole world. And it's this little pump bottle, which is nice. And you can just pump it onto your hand. It's empty right now because I just bought a new one. But it's a very, very lightweight serum. I use like 1 to 2 pumps and put it on my skin before I apply a moisturizer. And I have really, really, really dry skin. So I found that it really takes all of the like moisturizing properties of whatever I put over it, and it makes it sink right into my skin. So I find that my skin, ever since I started using it, I've had a lot less flakiness, especially on my forehead. And you can use it with pretty much any regular moisturizer, sunscreen, things like that. On the same topic of things that you can add to your moisturizers, I also have this cosmetics, let me see. There's kind of a shiny thing on it, but it's Cosmetics Pure C Vitamin C Mixing Crystals. So what I usually do with this is I take whatever moisturizer I'm going to use that day or night, I'll put it onto my hand and then kind of dump a bunch of these crystals onto it and mix it in with my finger. And vitamin C is a really good brightener for the skin, and I think that it adds a lot of like radiance, and it kind of gives you a more glowy look, which is nice. And I've been using this for about a month now, and I think that it's good for the colder months when everything kind of sucks up all that moisture. Another thing that I've been using is this really good raw shea butter. It's not a mask, it's just raw shea butter. That's what I put on my skin at night when my skin is feeling really, really dry. If I've been outside a lot during the day walking to classes, I put this shea butter on at night, and when I wake up in the morning, my skin feels really plump and hydrated. And it has this really nice lavender scent, so that's good too. So this is from a local company in Watertown, Connecticut, and I have it in the scent lavender, but they have it in tons of different other scents, like I think peach, vanilla, strawberry, things like that. And I like knowing that it's just raw shea butter going on my face. It's not like there's anything else added to it, and there's no like preservatives, so it does go bad after like a year or so. But yeah, this is what it looks like on the inside. It's really thick, and whenever I put it on my face, I kind of have to glob it onto my finger, and then I'll dab it on my forehead, on my cheeks, on my nose, and my chin, and then I'll kind of let it warm up a little bit from the heat from my skin, and then it's easier to spread, because if you just kind of like glob it onto your face, it's very thick and sticky, and it's kind of hard to spread around. But yeah, I really like that. I use that about once or twice a week when my skin really needs some love. The next thing I want to talk about is this Maracuja C Brightener Eye Treatment from Tarte. I think I got it in a Sephora play box a while ago, but it's just this cute little thing. And I put this one on my eyes at nighttime. I don't do it every day because I'm kind of lazy, but I think that whenever I put it on my eyes, I wake up in the morning and my eyes aren't really puffy. I kind of have like chronic dark circles under my eyes. But whenever I put this on, I find that they wake up looking a lot brighter. I find that I wake up and my eyes look a lot brighter. And it also has the vitamin C that I talked about earlier. I think vitamin C is a really good vitamin to use on your skin in these winter months. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of makeup. So first I want to talk about this Clarins Comfort Lip Oil. It's in this blue color, which I know is a little bit jarring. I'm not going to put it on right now, but it is very, very hydrating. It's not sticky at all, which I always stress about, because most of the time when I'm wearing lip gloss, my hair will kind of get stuck in it if I'm walking around outside and there's wind. And it has this very, it's a very like thin texture, but it's still oil and it hydrates very well. And I like the blue color because I have blue undertones in my skin. So I find that when I put the blue color on, it kind of goes on like a clear gloss, but it really complements my skin tone well. So if you have blue undertones, this is really great. I also have it in this like sparkly gold color. It comes in a coral color and then like a light pink. I don't use those ones as much because I find that this one is really good for like everyday wear. But yeah, this one's really great, and it comes in like a larger size too. This was a trial size that I got in a pack. Next, I'm gonna talk about this blush that I've been using. So I know blush isn't really like a winter thing, and I never used to be a blush girl, but I think my freshman year, I started wearing blush a lot more, and I found that it brings so much more color into your face. And I don't know how I didn't wear blush before, because now whenever I do my makeup, I'm like, oh, I need blush. And this color is really pretty. It's in the shade Rosy Topaz, and I'll try and like open it so you could see. It's a blue undertone, like I mentioned before. That's kind of what goes well with my skin, and it's a little bit shimmery. I have it on right now, and you could see that I have a little bit much on right now, but you could see that it kind of gives like a rosy glow to your face. And I think it also goes to say that like no matter what skin tone you have, there is a blush color that will be good for you. And I think that wearing blush can bring so much more color to your face, especially in these winter months when it's like you're so pale and cold outside, and you get that natural flush sometimes when you've been outside in the cold for a while. But I think having like that deep glow that comes from within can really bring a lot of radiance to your face. And that's why I think blush is definitely a winter essential, because it can make you look like you were out in the sun all day when realistically you're just watching Netflix in bed. So yeah. Going off of having that kind of natural glow, I want to talk about a little bit about self-tanners. So this is the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops in medium for face and body. I only use them on my face because it is kind of pricey. It's $28, I believe, for this kind of small bottle, but a little bit goes a long way, especially because I have very fair skin. And I only use it on my face because I have other self-tanners that I use for my body. And what I usually do with this, similar to the things I mentioned before, I will take a little bit of moisturizer or whatever I'm putting on my face that night and mix in like 2 to 3 drops depending on how tan I already am or want to be. And then I kind of mix it in on my hand, and then I dab it along like the outer sides of my face first, because that's where you would get the light to hit the most. And then I kind of blend inwards and go down my neck a little bit. And you can see on my hand, I have a little bit of residue from the last time I did this self-tanner, so that's good. So make sure you wash your hands after you use it, because it will show up. But yeah, so that's what I use for my face. And then whenever I'm gonna tan my body, first I will exfoliate. So I'll use like just a quick little like sugar scrub that I'll make or something like that. And then right now I've been using this. I think it's pronounced like Naked Skin Natural Tan Mousse. So a lot of people don't know this, but the active ingredient in self-tanners that makes your skin color change is called DHA. And in this product, it's naturally derived DHA, so it's not synthetic. And I try to use natural products as much as I can. It doesn't always work out because some of my favorites aren't natural, but I do, since I'm putting this on my whole body, I kind of want to make sure that it's not going to be any like harsh chemicals, because I do have very sensitive dry skin. And this is in the color Natural Medium. Another thing about self-tanners that I absolutely hate is the smell, and this definitely does smell a little bit, but not nearly as much as other self-tanners I've used in the past. And it's a green undertone. So back to the undertones, I have blue undertones, so I find that green undertones match my skin color a lot more than like other more orangey bronzer tan styles that I just don't really think look flattering on me. And then when they get streaky, they end up just looking really awful. So this is the one I've been using for a while. I've been looking into using the Loving Tan Self Tanner. I know a lot of people who use it and they really love it. I haven't brought myself to spend $60 on it yet, but I've been looking into trying it, so if I ever end up doing that, I will make sure to let you know. But yeah, that's what I use to self-tan in the winter when I'm just feeling really pale and horrible about myself. So yeah, I love those. Next, I'm gonna talk about this little home product that I use in the winter. So I am a candle girl through and through. I always have been. I grew up loving Yankee candles and going to the Yankee Candle place in Massachusetts like every year with my family. And then recently I found out that the wax that is used in Yankee candles is actually terrible for you. It's a carcinogen, and a lot of people don't realize, like, you know when you blow out a Yankee candle and it kind of gives off that like black smoke, and if you have it under any white like overhangs or anything, they will turn black, and even the inside of the jar turns black as well. And then you kind of have to think like whatever is turning that jar black is also going into your lungs, which is kind of terrifying if you think about it. So recently I've kind of been moving towards buying only soy or coconut wax based candles, so more natural, instead of paraffin wax, which is what Yankee candles use. And Trader Joe's, again, my favorite place in the world, has these little candles. So this one is in fresh currant and this one's in nutmeg, and they both smell amazing. They came in a 3-pack with cranberry pine as well, but I already burned that one. They smell delicious and they throw off a pretty decent scent, and it's all made with soy wax, so I feel a little bit better about the things that I'm breathing in. I also have asthma, so my mom always told me when I was younger, like, oh, don't burn Yankee candles in your room because they trigger your asthma, and now I know why, and these don't trigger it at all. So I really love these scents. Trader Joe's also did these same candles in more fall scents back in like October. They had a vanilla pumpkin, which smelled amazing, and then I think they're gonna come out with more as the seasons change. But yeah, I really love those candles, and I think that they just make a room smell and feel much more cozy, which is always nice when you're trying to snuggle up when it's snowy outside. So now I want to talk just a little bit about some food things that I've been loving. So one thing that I really have been using a lot this winter is the peppermint hot chocolate from Trader Joe's. I love it so much, and I actually lost it for a little while in my house at school, so I wasn't drinking it for so long, but I don't have it with me right now. I'll add like a link in the description box, but it tastes so good, and I think that having the peppermint and the chocolate both together just feels very Christmassy, holiday-esque, and I highly recommend it. And they also have different flavors of hot chocolate you can go and pick from. And they have different styles too. They have like chocolate bars that you can melt. They also have the powder. So that's really good. This is from Trader Joe's as well. This is the gingerbread cake mix with crystallized ginger pieces. So I never really was a huge gingerbread fan. And then I tried this. So this is a cake mix, but I made it in my house at school a couple of weeks ago into these little muffin tins. And then I made like this little oat type of streusel crumble to go on top, and I think it made like 9 muffin cupcake things, and they were gone in probably 10 minutes because everybody was eating them because they're so good. So I think having the crystallized ginger pieces in there, you get like a little bit of like a chewy texture. It's almost like when you have like a toffee apple cookie or something like that, and you have a little bit of like chewiness to bite into. So I'm really excited that they have this back in stock because I went to get it a couple weeks ago and they said they were gone. So I just picked it up yesterday, and I'm really excited to bake it again, especially because we just made gingerbread cookies yesterday and they're almost gone because I've pretty much eaten them all, so whatever. My last item is the dessert tea collection from Simpson & Vale in the almond sugar cookie black tea. So me and my mom are tea lovers. We are just obsessed with going to little tea places. There's a lot in Connecticut, and Simpson & Vale is in, it's not directly in Danbury, but it's somewhere around Danbury, Ridgefield, that area. It's this tiny little company, and they have the most amazing flavors. They also have like a carrot cake flavor, they have a coconut macaroon flavor, but the almond sugar cookie is something that I've always loved. It smells like, well, it smells like an almond sugar cookie, but when you make it into tea, it has this really warm and cozy, inviting taste, and it always just reminds me of the holidays because, I mean, who doesn't love almond sugar cookies? So yeah, I love all of their teas, and I think that I always wanted to have like these nice, cozy, warm drinks this time of year, so those are a really good way to kind of get that holiday feeling. And that is all I have for today. So I hope you liked this video of my winter essentials. And thank you to everybody for the feedback on my video that I posted yesterday. I'm still looking for more constructive criticism about things to post, and I have a couple ideas of videos I want to post in the next coming weeks. So that's really exciting, and I don't know, I think this is gonna be a really fun like journey that I'm doing with, I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to take all of the passions that I have and put it into this one project, and hopefully you guys will like it too. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye.